We've talked today this morning about market data. We've talked about Twitter data. We've talked about diversity. We've had a really interesting insight into the African games market, which I find fascinating. I hope you did too. And then we just had a look at some key trends in and around the current market relating to kind of COVID and otherwise. It went off into lots of interesting angles there, and so plenty to learn there. We always have a look at kind of Asia market. Asia Pacific is obviously the largest part of the modern games industry. And so next up in a second, I'm going to welcome a friend of the show in the form of Don Kim, who represents G-Star, who's here to talk a little bit about G-Star and a bit about what's going on in Asia Pacific at the moment. For those that don't know, G-Star, it is the leading game show in Korea. So think of kind of Gamescom with far better Wi-Fi and more polite gamers, and you're there. It takes place in a place called Busan. It's a bit outside of the capital Seoul. You can't get a flight direct there. And it is absolutely one of my favourite shows of the year in a normal year. I absolutely love going out to Busan. It's a beautiful place, always good fun, and the Korean people are so welcoming. It's incredible, and that's one of the things we always say about G-Stars. It's a great way to enter the Asia Pacific market. There are other shows, other countries have shows as well, but few of them are as friendly and accessible for certainly for kind of a Western audience as G-Star. I think it's in English. They go out of their way to make meeting systems easy, and the Korean market is also a huge market. I don't want to do Don out of his work, but it's a huge market in itself and a gateway to the wider Asian market. So we're making it even easier to get out to G-Star, but not get out to G-Star this year, as we've teamed up with G-Star to offer some combo tickets, so you can get a better value ticket off for both G-Star and PG Connects if you buy together. And obviously, due to the things that are going on in the world, as we just talked about COVID, G-Star, the B2B side of G-Star, will be digital this year. So Don will talk a bit about that. So you get a chance to sample and connect with Korean companies without having to get on any plane. You can check it out. Right? So we advise you to check it out. It's incredibly good value. And I don't think you'll regret it at all. So yes, that's it for me. Don, are you there? Don, where are you looking?
Yeah, hi.
You've got beautiful Busan in the background there.
Yeah, that's right. Can you see
that? Yeah, I can see you looking good. You're looking very healthy. You clearly have more sleep than me.
Thank you very much. Hi. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. It's not bad. Yeah. It's been a busy morning. Did you see me in the sauna earlier?
Yeah. Now
I've had to get out of the sauna. It was a bit. I'm not suited to a sauna. I'm the only person that wore a jacket in a sauna. I think that's not. So, but yeah, I think are you okay to go? Do you want to talk a bit? Are you going to?
Yeah, right. And I'm going to talk about G-Star. I'll give you the thank you, Chris, and then I'll.
Cool, and I'll be back at the end to take any questions and wrap up for lunch and tell everybody what's going on later. So much more on today, but please I'll hand the floor to Don and let him crack on. Good luck, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. And then I'm going to I'm going to explain a little bit about the Asian market and the G-Star, and because I think it's a great opportunity for you to access to the Asian market and understand the Asian gaming market as well. Especially we are the one of the largest game exhibition in the world, actually. And then my name is Don Kim, and then I'm the CEO of the Lukian GmbH, and we are the international promotion partner of the G-Star, and I myself has been with the G-Star since its start. Well, first, let me start with the Asian gaming market, and as you know, that the Asian gaming market accounts for nearly the 50% of the world gaming market, and the large part is the China with the $36 billion in the 2019. And this is the Asian gaming market. Out of the many large countries, we are the third largest country next to the China, and then the Japan, and then we are the third place. And then next to us is also the Australia and the India, and then all the Southeast Asian region is the very big gaming market too. So with this view, then it is very important to access to the Asian market for the commercial success of your game. So I'm just trying to explain that mainly for the indie game developers or the new game developers who are thinking about going to the worldwide, and then I would like to advise that that you shouldn't miss the Asian market. And then I just show the worldwide revenue of the mobile games in the May 2020, and then out of that the PUBG and then the Tencent, and then all those games are from Korea and then Asia. Then we have the NCSoft and then the Lineage 2M, Lineage M, and which is very traditional strategy games from Korea, and then they are nearly 20 years old, but still their IP is revitalized and they make a great success in the Korean gaming market. Specifically regarding the Korean gaming market, we have grown above the 8.7% from 2017 to 2018, and 2018 to 2019 also over the 7%. And then as you see that the Korean gaming market is number 5th next to the China, USA, China, and Japan, number 4th in the world. So Korea itself is a very strong game country, and this sales growth is continuing. This is the gaming download app in the Korean app stores and then the Google Play, and most of them are casual and action and puzzle simulation games, role-playing games, and then all of them are grown quite significantly, from the last year, the same season, the last quarters, and then mostly the casual genre was grown very fast, from the last year, and probably due to the lockdown in Korea. And then also but the sales-wise, the role-playing games have a significant part out of the total revenue. With the mobile game growth, the faster mobile network is very important. And then as you see that technically South Korea is the world's second fastest 5G country in the world. So they are with the COVID, Korean government is trying to invest more on the faster networking. So 5G is one of them, and in this year and then the beginning of the next year, we're gonna invest quite heavily on the 5G network. So this trend will continue. Yeah, I would just briefly explain about the G-Star. G-Star schedule, as Chris mentioned, is from the B2B is from 19th to 21st of November, and this will go on and partially offline. But due to the pandemic, then we cannot go fully online as big as last year. But some of the part will remain offline with a very cautious measures. And then the B2B part will go between 17th and 21st of the November. and this will fully go online. And the GCon, which is the game conference, which is a part of the G-Star, will go between the 19th and the 21st of the November. Just briefly explaining the B2C event, and then it will be online event with the intensive operation for the G-Star TV, and then we will operate the G-Star TV, and with that, and many of the contents will be explained or shown on the G-Star TV with a presentation of the new games and then entertainment programs like a variety show, and then also esports competition as well. And then it will be broadcasted live on site, and then with the recording later on. And then the offline event will be taking place in the Mexico, Busan, Korea. So part of the gaming community can come to the site of the G-Star in Busan. But this will be with a very limited access to the physical participants. GCon conference was very successful in the last year, and we'll try to continue this success this year as well. And then most of the contents will go on G-Star TV, and it will be streamed so that everybody in the world can access to this conference without cost. So it's basically the free of charge. And then the G-Star B2B schedule, I will explain about it. And due to the COVID-19, we planned all the B2B event go online, and then we are closely selecting all the participants, and then the live biz matching schedule will go online, and then it will take place between the 17th and the 21st, nearly 5 days. And then you can get the ticket at $100 for the early bird participants, and then after then it will go at the cost of the $200. But as Chris mentioned earlier, that we are closely working with the Pocket Gamers, and you can access to the Pocket Gamer and the G-Star Combi ticket at a very very much discounted price. So I mean, basically is a really good value for the money, and then you can access to the Asian market without the really big burden. So I really recommend you to participate in this G-Star and experience all the Korean gaming part. And then, as I told that most of the G-Star, the B2B, B2C, and the GCon is free of charge. So you can, if you are interested in, you can access to all those online event as well. So last year's the G-Star B2B event, although it was before Corona, we had a very successful year last year. And the exhibitors numbers were nearly 700, and the trade visitors were nearly 2,500, and the GCon participants was 4,500. And we had a very big exhibition area, and then the general visitors were 250,000 people. So it was quite a big the B2C event last year. And then we had participants from the 36 countries for the B2B. Right. Here's why you should go to the G-Star, because it is one of the best B2B event in Asia, and we had 16 years of history. So we accumulated a lot of know-how and then the services to the B2B participant. Secondly, you can access to the attractive Korean market as a test bed of your game, and then you can test your game popularity, game monetization possibility, and then you can test your game on the 4G and the 5G network, etc. So we have a lot of the know-how in the monetizations and the publishing experience, and you can meet the really good partners. So you can connect to the big Korean game publishers, and then you can start the international operation in Asia from Korea. So with the G-Star, you can access to the China, Japan, Southeast Asia, even to the Australia or the India as well. And then many of the South American game publishers and developers came to Korea, and then also Middle East game developers were at the G-Star last year too. And these are some names of the previous Korean participants. You may heard the Nexon, PUBG, Polaris, We Made, Netmarble, NCSoft, Gameville Comptus, NHN Entertainment, and so on and so on. And then recently that gaming is one of the Korean government's emphasis on the promoting the industry. So, for example, the Perlovis or the Kakao games become very popular in the stock market. And recently, Kakao Games went to the IPO, and they have their price increased to nearly 400% very last week. So, gaming, the company become very active these days, and then you can ride on this tide as well. So these are the very brief introduction, and this is the venue city Busan. Although not many people can come to the Busan, but this has been a very nice place all the time, and then hopefully we can see you next year, even although we may not able to see this year. And that this is a very beautiful city, and the city of Busan is very heavily supporting the G-Star as well. So if you are interested, you can register through the G-Star official site, and then as well as the promotion site in cooperation with the PG Poke Gamers. So as I told that you can get a very heavy discount from the Poke Gamers and the G-Star Combi ticket with the Poke Gamer site, and then you can go to G-Star site, and you know that the study about that, and you can find a very good interesting information there as well. And then this official site gstar.or.kr in English is not fully open yet, so that's why that we have made a go-to G-Star site to bring you the useful information as early as possible. So this is it, and the G-Star, one more time I want to emphasize that the G-Star is the best gateway to the Asian game market. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm back, yeah. Don. Let's turn off your screen share. How do we do that?
Yeah. All right. Okay.
There we go. Look at that. Yeah. But yes, no, thank you for that. That was great. Lots of information there. I could say we have got answers to pretty much everything you need, either at go-to-gstar.com or at, as John said, the official site was gstar.or.kr. Which will be live soon. That is obviously the official site. We are a supporting site, so but we will try and make sure everything on it is correct. But yeah, no, I've only personally met, you know me, anybody knows me knows I like traveling, I know I like going to a lot of shows, and I think I've only missed like one G Star in the past sort of 8 or 9 years, and that was because I lost my passport in China. So that wasn't down to lack of will. So it really is a great show. It's a great place to be. Actually, it's just generally one place you should check out and have fun.
Yeah.
But also it is, from a business perspective, it's kind of a no-brainer to be looking at what's going on in the Asia Pacific market. It's still the biggest part of the industry. It's growing relentlessly, and you kind of need to at least see it for yourself and see the trends there. Really, I advise everybody to go out there. So yes, so I think that's it, Don. It's an absolute pleasure to see you again. You're looking very well. I feel really pasty by comparison. I think you.
Yeah, I miss the Busan, and I miss the Chris too. Right?
Yeah, so, I miss you too. We shall meet. We shall connect soon. I hope. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So we'll be at Digital G-Star anyway. But thanks, Don, for all his insight and advice. He'll be around the show. If you want to chat to him about the Korean market or about G-Star or anything else, he'll be around. Cool. So thank you for your time this morning. That brings us, I think, pretty much to the end.